What's up, guys? And today I'm going to talk about sunlight. And I think we need to sunlight our balls, our stomach area, especially our abs and our butt. I think I think we need to put sunlight in the fattiest parts of our body. And our butt and our abs are usually the last place we lose fat when we're trying to do a bodybuilding competition. Like if you're trying to get shredded, that's where the fat leaves the last. And it's for an important reason. It's something for survival. So if we know sunlight is good for us and we store a lot of fat in that area because it's important for survival, maybe we need to optimize those areas with as much sunlight as we can, because in the modern world all of our clothes is framed to never show those areas of the body. The lower we go in our abdomen, the more likely it is to always be covered up, especially our pubic area and our butt. For girls, it's not like that. It's accepted. And that's why I think women in the modern era are more attractive than males, because the sunlight helps them develop and be more healthy than the average male, because the males are always covered up. So I think in order to maximize our health, our looks and everything, our testosterone, we need to have sunlight in our private areas. Like all the girls on bikinis on the beach, they always get sunlight in their private area. It's just like a string that's covering the most important part, I would say. But they're getting it in that region and they're uniformly tanned and they look so good. Naturally, we just know. So how about we copy the woman, take something from their game, implement it into our strategy to improve our health and looks, and do the same. Let's sunlight our balls. Instead of our balls looking like a rooster, how about we just tan them? Imagine if our girlfriends saw our tan balls. I bet they would like it. I know for a fact they would. Or we tanned our third leg. I think it'd look better instead of a pale stick. Overall, a tan makes you look more attractive. It makes you look more healthy. So we need to tan it. And also, guys, there's this weird experience where after I was done sleeping with a girl in the bedroom, I saw myself in the restroom because I went to go take a piss, and I just saw my awesome tan on my legs, awesome tan on my arms, and a little bit on my upper body, and then I saw my pale ass butt on the mirror, and I'm like, this looks so weak. This looks so, homo, You know what I mean by that? It looks a lot of Diddy, even though I just did the most non-Diddy activity you could imagine. But the pale skin on my glutes just threw it off, so I'm like, I need to tan this area. So I think we need to tan our entire body, but most importantly, where our sexual organs are at. Our abs, like when women see abs, they go crazy. Why is that? It signifies like health, power, youth. Like personally, I know because I had sick ass abs in school, and they would always know me as the ab guy. Now imagine if I maximize my other areas that I just mentioned, butt and sexual organ area, with the sun and just optimize it. We'd be kicking ass, guys. So sunlight your balls, sunlight your ass. We hold a lot of fat. We produce a lot of hormones in this area. Balls with the hormones. Our butt holds a lot of fat for a reason. Maybe it's for center of gravity, but I think it's for another reason. And supposedly, there's another thing I read or heard on YouTube, that for sick animals, they store a lot of toxins in the fat. So if you eat a sick animal, you'll get sick. So maybe a lot of our toxins, a lot of our garbage that affects our sexual organs, is moved immediately to the butt so we don't die. So how about we sunlight our areas right there so we can clear the toxins out, so we can heal and optimize those areas. Therefore, we're stronger, more healthy. I think there's something about sunlighting your butt, because it's like the fattiest part of your body. The leaner you get, the more you notice that the extremities hold less fat because they're less vital. I mean, your fingers are important, but they hardly hold any fat because there's no like actual organs in there. But whenever you have organs or near areas where, you know, you hold life, like men and women, we hold a lot of fat in our glutes because it's right next to where we produce life. How about we put a lot of sun in there? I think it'll do a lot of us good. Something to think about, guys. So, and also, this is something I want to share. I've been sunbathing almost every day, and I noticed that my back gets irritated a lot more fast than these private areas that I was mentioning. And these private areas are way more pale, and the areas that got irritated were tan. So I think we have a natural resistance, or like a natural, we're already adapted to get a lot of sun in these areas, even though other parts of our body have adapted to the sun. Even those adapted states of our extremities do not compare to the level of an adaptation that our private areas, the glute, the abdomen, and the private sexual organ areas, I think these areas are more ready to have way more sun than our extremities. That's what I've experienced. You know, my tan areas, they get irritated by the sun way much faster, way sooner than these areas that don't have a tan, but they have a lot more fat, the private areas. And I was out there for an hour, so the next time I do sunbathing, I'm gonna just wear a shirt, cover up my arms, cover up my hands, and just let the sun hit those areas and see if I can feel any irritation or, you know, burning. And I haven't, guys. It's crazy. Like, I'll be sunbathing for an hour or more, and my hands and my chest and even a part of my abs, because I've done my abs so much, they'll be tired. They're like, man, get out in the get in the shade. But my other areas, like where the fatty parts are, the private parts are, it's like they're still cold. They're barely activating because they've been so dormant. They've been so withdrawn from the sun that your body's like, we're not even gonna signal you to get out of the sun. We need more. You get what I'm saying? So, sunlight your glutes, guys. Sunlight your balls. Sunlight your hip area, basically. Do that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop tanning the rest of my body so much. Only my hair really is gonna get exposure, but I'm gonna really put an emphasis on sunlight on the private areas until I feel irritation. And I think once I feel irritation, that means I've had enough vitamin D and a lot of healing from the sun in those areas. So do it, guys. Sunlight your 3 areas: abdomen, glutes, balls.